Well, by that, I guess you realise I'm at the river, and yeah, I'm on the River Humber. I'm in Bay 26. 28 and 27 were gone, and this was the next one free, so I jumped in. So yeah, I've been there since yesterday, sorry, and slept in the van, and I didn't have too bad a sleep. Yeah, so the sleep was good, but I just kept waking up and going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep. Heard some banging, which turned out to be 30-ton tipper lorries down there, and the boom boom is them hitting the thing, obviously with a brush into it, and when they go inside to sweep them out. So yeah, but I found that out when I woke up and was putting my rods together. But yeah, we're at the River Humber, we're at Bay 26. I am fishing the tide coming up. It is just gone over the weed down there. I weren't planning on going over because I don't like going over in the dark. I've been over to get my bucket full of water, which probably I shouldn't have done, but these boots I wear are quite grippy, so everything's fine. But I'm not supposed to be here today, Sunday. I should be fishing on the beach with Shane and Scott, but I hadn't heard from Scott, and Shane, well, he's bottled out because obviously I catch more fish than him. Would sort of like just he don't like that. He don't like me laughing and getting all excited running up the beach. But no, the poor sod's got a bad back, all joking aside. So yeah, my heart's pining. I really need to be fishing with Shane, really, but I've had to come here. So instead of fishing during the daytime, which we were going to do today, Sunday, sit rep on time and date. Time is 1:39, and it's the 6th of November. So yeah, 6th of November. Yeah, so I'm meant to be fishing on the beach with Shane and Scott in the sunshine, or daylight should I say, and it's all been cancelled because Shane's hurt his back, which you can understand. But I bet he goes to work on Monday. Anyhow, I'm going to do my first cast out, so let's get this casted out. That isn't pulling as quick as that. I hope it went to the left this time. Yeah, so meant to be on the beach. That will it'll happen, but it might be next week. But then I might be busy next week, so then it might be in 2 weeks' time. But I don't know. But as and what, the house that I'm going to be working on looks like it's going to be coming free next week. So I shall be in that working. But I'm not planning on working weekends, or at least only one day of it. But spread over 2 weekends. So yeah, I don't know if I will or not. Don't like working weekends, that's why I work for myself. That's whipping round. Should have cast it further down. But there, if I've got to reel it in and recast out, at least I can quickly check the baits. It's 6 degrees out there. It's not too bad because there's no wind. So it is just 6 degrees with no wind. And yeah, I'm in thermal top, mustard top and this top. And my back at the top here is just feeling the chill. so I may have to put my coat on. It'd be nice not to, but yeah. What else is to say? I'm at the river. I'm in Bay 26. So we catch codling. They reckon they're coming out of there, but I don't see them. It's no good saying you're catching fish on there and there's no pictures, is it? Anyhow, good luck with your back, Shane. I hope it gets better, mate. About the same time this time last year, I think. You've got something wrong with that back. You know, I reckon you've got a clock in it that goes off every year. But yeah, no, I hope you get better with it, mate. And me, you and Scott will be fishing on the beaches soon. Well, that's both rods out, so yeah, what's the time now? Sit rep on time, 1:54. Shane's just text, good luck, mate. So there you go. Both rods are out, got lug on a 2 flapper with tipped off with squid, and I've also got a squid wrapped with prawn on a pennel, on a pennel hook system. And the system for catching a fish, the rig, is a cod rig, which is a single snood clip down, about so big. If you want to make one, the snood. So I've casted that one that you've just seen me cast further upstream to hopefully get bedded into the water and not move. Unlike this one, but this one seems to be gripping now, so we'll see. But in 5 minutes time, it could be right over there, you know, over there, just like that. Not that I'm doing this karate stuff anymore, because it might get some stuff on it, but you never know. But yeah, it's there, it might go over there. So yeah, moon is out. I think full moon is tomorrow and Tuesday, I believe. But yeah, it's a good moon. It's a 7 meter tide here today. It's about 6.96, could be 6.7 actually, because it's I'm doing it again, aren't I? Tides 7 meters, 6.96 meters over there at Immingham. This isn't Immingham, allegedly, even though the closest village to me is Immingham. I drive through Immingham to get here. Immingham's just there. You've got a long road and some docks in between, and this factory stuff. And Stallingborough is like 2 3/4 miles away, 3 miles away. But this is known as Stally Wall, Stallingborough Wall, as the hair. Still there. Or God's sake, better. It's right in your corner of your eye, irritating you. Immingham Wall. It's called many things. Dirty Wall sometimes. Old Stinky Cooper. She's written all over everywhere. She is. I don't know who that is. But there. Gives you something to read and laugh at when you drive up and down here. So yeah, the right hand rods look as though it's holding. My hand warmers, my fingers were getting cold on the fingertips, and I've had to light a hand warmer, and when I was down there I thought I'll have to light 2 so I can put 1 in each pocket. So I like my Zippos. I put just enough fuel in. Well, I always put a bit more in, but I put enough fuel in so it ain't sloshing about. Light it, and then I shove it in my pockets like this, look. In my back pockets, keeps them upright. When they first get lit, if they fall over and you put too much fuel in, it goes on the element and then it don't get hot. Don't get hot at all. So I put enough in, stick them in my back pockets, and the left hand one is getting really hot and the right one's just started to get warm. So yeah, it's the way I've found how to get Zippo lighters lit, and they stay lit, because a lot of the time you'll put them in your pocket or it'll fall over and then they'll just go out. So, but a lot of that's to do with the fact you put too much fluid in. I would always advise using the measure that comes with it. Then you put the right amount in for how many hours you want. Right, I'm going to do some more of this clapping. I'm going to get this other rig baited up and bring you back when I reel these in, or there's a bite and we actually get to see it. Well, I just thought I'd show you what it looks like at 1:45. There's people fishing in the next bay down there. I've not got it lit up. I just want you to see what I see. It is foggy. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it is foggy. But look at the factory. It's hardly lit up. It's as though they've turned their lights down to save the electric. I don't know what's happened, but I took a picture of that when I woke up, and it was blazingly lit, and it's not now. Blazingly lit, what's all that about? What's that mean? I don't know. So yeah, and the river, so that's behind me, and there's the river. There's a chap fishing down in that bay. You can see a light shining up through his rod tips, I suspect. So he's fishing, that chap in bay 27. Good luck, mate. He's got a light shining up onto his rods, and it'll light up his surrounding area. Yeah. The chap down there, he's got a tip light, and that's it. I expect he's got a yeah, he has. You just saw his head torch. Me, well, I've got a light up there, I've got half a light on there, so I've only got one light on there where I normally have 4, and then I've got my torch on my rods. But yeah, so, and this is on the lowest setting as well, so perhaps that's why I don't catch so many fish when I come here as others, because in the last 2 videos back, there was Martin, I think it was, and there was a chap, very nice chap, fishing in bay 17, and he lost count at 30 whiting, because obviously he was after a cod. I caught 8, I think. I'm not certain, but I caught 8. Certainly didn't catch 30. So he was using better bait than me, or allegedly better bait, but I was doing cocktail baits because I wanted that sort of, well, because I don't get fresh bait. But yeah, so was it the bait or was it my lights? You know, what was in now? What is the time? 2:10. Look, 2:10. So I've got 2 hours. 2 hours of fishing to high, and then I've got at least 2 hours fishing down. So 6 o'clock, it's all going to be in the dark. This one was going to be in the sunshine on the beach, but someone decided to lay wrong on the sofa and get up and put his back out. I hope your back's getting better though, mate. Not saying that you should be here, but you should be here or somewhere else. And yeah, get well soon. Yeah, I had to put my coat on because this fog is coming across. I don't know if you're picking it up, but it is foggy, and obviously it makes things wet, doesn't it? So I didn't want me hoodie getting wet. I haven't brought a porridge pot either. There's one in the cupboard. I haven't put it in my bag ever. There might be a porridge pot in there actually. I'm just thinking about food, breakfast. Anyhow, see you in a bit. Well, it looks foggy to me.
Live rig up you got there.
No, mate.
Very good.
Just the first two fish.
Right.
First two fish they're whiting now.
Alright. Been here that long?
Yeah, I've got air at
I thought it was not get by.
no, you'll be here at water. Got to be here at low water, mate. Are they all down there? Oh, right. We're down to 18. 17 was good. The other week it brought those. Right, well, what can I say? I've caught two fish. He was impressed with my light rig up. So, I've took the rig off. I'm now going to unbait the fish. I've just done the little one. We'll show you them as we go. Let's put this on lower. There you go. Are we recording? We're recording. Hang on, mate. Right. Let's get you in. Look at this one. There you go. Nice size weight in that. What's that, about 30 centimetres? 32? Gonna get it back because he's full of life and fertility. What a beautiful fish. Cracking weight in that. And one little tiddler. What's that, about 5 inch long? There you go, look, there you go. Let's get that back. Can you see me, actually see me in that? My fingers are frozen. Yeah, you can. Let me just turn it that way a bit. Yeah, that banging you can hear there is what was waking me up last night, making me worry. Making me worry. When I was inside the van, I thought it was someone banging on the van. Right, get a dry towel out, my fingers are frozen. Right, so where's my line? Well, I'm going to cast out straight. I'll tell you what, it's 6 degrees. I'll check what the temperature is because it's probably got colder. Because about half 3, 4 o'clock is the coldest part of the day, and yeah, it's not that yet. It's not far off, I don't think, but it's not a blank, is it? We've had 2 whiting, good that is, but you got to be here to catch a codling. If you aren't here, you ain't going to catch it laying in bed, are you? Oh, that's gone to the left again. As soon as the weight hits the water, the tide just takes it in. So at least my lines are apart. So, but the one on the right hasn't moved. So that's got squid and prawn on. Squid and prawn. Got squid and carp next. The time is 02:48. Sunday the 6th of November. We're fishing a 7-metre tide. We're in Bay 26, and we're at the River Humber. Just for those that have just tuned in, fast forward to air and missed the first 29 minutes. You never know. Let's see if it is 29 minutes when I say this. It won't be. I've been rattling on all night. Am I in a grump? No, I'm not in a grump. Quite pleased actually that I'm fishing here now. There is codling coming out of there, but it's mainly Hull side. Probably East Halton is probably fishing better than here, but even though East Halton's closer, it's a long and winding road in the dark, and when you're on that wall it's enough to give you the willies because there's nothing behind you apart from darkness. At least you got lights around there. Yeah, if I didn't have these hand warmers now, my fingers would be getting cold. When I got out of the van, I thought to myself, it's just that chill in the air. This was when I woke up and got out of my sleeping bag, which I bought an old British Army Arctic sleeping bag. It's lovely, absolutely lovely, and it don't smell of that old army stuff, do you know what I mean? So I'm quite fortunate there, really. We shall have to bring that other rod in a bit. I'll finish talking to you, have a coffee, and pull it in, but it hasn't moved. I haven't seen it wriggle either with a bite. I should have seen the other rod, to be honest, but perhaps I was getting the second rod ready while I should have been watching me bait. Could have been on there for a while, them fish. They were both alright, they've both gone back. There's some good sized whiting about at the minute, isn't there? So yeah, if people were needing food and stuff, there's plenty of fish there, but you know, the bigger ones, you shouldn't. I'd only take I only take a white, and if it's not going to make it back, and they build up in the freezer, and then we do something with them. They'll either go for fish cakes or the cats. Oh, that I gave you the bloody willies when I was sleeping. Can you hear that? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's pushing his back door against the tanker when he's tipped it up. They're going like that and banging it to try and get everything to come down off the bed of the tipper. Cool, we used to get tippers delivering hundreds of tons of ore, and They used to do that in the warehouse, and they'd be doing it like in the evening, and we had houses that were across the way, but don't realise how loud things are until you hear it for yourself, do you? In a different environment to where you actually are working, because that ain't going to sound that loud to them over there. Well, it's not a blank. We've got the off chance of hopefully catching a codling. Let's hope we get one. See you in a bit. Have a whiting. Another good sized white in there. Oh, wriggler. There you go. One whiting. Nice size. Let's get that back. Well, that's 3 whiting now. Let's get a codling, eh? It's not a blank. We've had 3 fish. All 3 have gone back. That was a wriggler as well. You tend to find if they wriggle about a bit, they've got a bit of life in them and they don't want to give up the goose. So. Right, squid and carp on that. Well, 3rd whiting. I've got a rig to bait up, which will take me 2 minutes. I've already got the squid and carp ready to go. That whiting was caught on squid and prawn, and it was some prawns which looked as though they were cooked, but I don't think they are. I think they're them tiger prawns, which are a little bit red and brown. Well, pink, you know, whatever colour, coral colour. So I'll get this rig baited up. I'll bring you back. Hopefully we'll have another fish. If there's a whiting, so be it. Makes it more interesting to fish on air. because you're not black. If I was to pull them fingers out there and pull my finger out of the socket, they're that tight. So yeah, so it makes for more interesting for me. And at the end of the day, I'm here to fish for me, aren't I? So hopefully the fish will liven the video up for a fishing video. You know, we can't do much more, can we, apart from learn to do dancing or something, or tell jokes, or, but it's a fishing channel. Fishing video. Need that hood up, keep my net warm. See you in a bit. I just had a bite on this left hand rod. I saw some taps earlier on, so I think I've got one fish on the hook, but I've just had a big bite. Still might be moving now, so hopefully with it moving, you never know, it might be a codling. Either that or a ball of weed. Well, we had a fish hit that, stripped the baits. I was going to chuck out the rig that I've got baited up on my tripod, but this is the only flapper rig I've got on tonight. I'm not going to have 4 rigs available. Where's my glove? I need to stop putting it in there or stop zipping it up. It seems like it's not flowing, not flowing. Right, gentle chuck out with this one. Well, if you don't cast upstream, you cast straight out, it goes boom to the left like that. But it's good. The lines are split, I can easily see with my eyes. I need a bit of help, so I'll get this cold glove off yet again, try not to pull my sockets out, and get my hand in these pockets where I got my hand warmers, because if it weren't for these hand warmers, I would be struggling. Right, well, don't think I mentioned it in the last video, but 2 videos back I was fishing the Humber, and I was meant to meet up with Carl. Nearly said Gary then, but Carl Dawson. And yeah, he never turned up, did he? And we wondered where he was, put bets on or did whatever. And at the end of the video, I even went looking for him just to see if he'd gone past me van, not realising my van was there, down to the point and that, and where he fishes. And he weren't there. But I then found out a day later that he was knocked up with the old sickness and sickness bug, and it knocked him out. So he had the same thing as what Shane had, but Shane had it for 2 weeks. But yes, but obviously Shane had it worse. I can't remember where I was. I did remember exactly where I was then, but the battery just ran out. So yeah, but Shane had it big style. He was yeah, I think he didn't know which end to go first, to be honest. But yeah, so hopefully we'll meet up with Carl again soon. I did ask tonight, but it's bonfire night, and he's with his kids and family, which you can't blame him. My kids have left home now, really. Well, one has, and fireworks isn't the draw as it used to be. It's something to cherish with your young uns, isn't it, to be honest. I remember taking them to bonfire displays, fireworks, and even had fireworks in the back garden. I was always partial to a Catherine wheel. This nearest rod has bounced once. Now it could be the weight moving, could be a fish, but it has got a flapper rig on, so I'm going to go on the same basis as last time when I saw 2 good bites on that, and that is there's another hook there for another fish. The time is 3:41 and it is 4.5 degrees C, which is not too bad. I can feel my back getting cold. My hand warmers have bloody gone out. They are terrible. That's all I got. Perhaps I didn't put enough fuel in. Perhaps I put too much fuel in. So yeah, I shall bring you back when I reel this rod in, and I've got squid and carp baited up on the cod rig, and I've got a full squid baited up to go on the next cod rig. So we're baited up ready, we've got everything going. The flapper rig, I just bait that up when I bring it in, but I may bring that in on the next bring in. I may chuck that cod rig on it and hang it up ready with a baited up ready, and go for 2 rods for 2 big fish, or hopefully a codling. Anyhow, see you in a bit. Well, I've seen this tap. Don't know whether I've got anything on it, but I've seen it tap, so see what's on it. Might have just been the weight. It is foggy. Don't think I've got anything on it. Might have. Yeah, we've got another good sized white, and look at that. Saw that bite. It's a wriggler, that, isn't it? It's in the bucket, that fish. Let's get this casted out. Right, I'll just get this hook out and then I'll give you a show. Right, 1 whiting, another good size. Let's give it a quick measure. No, don't jump about. 36 centimetres. So yeah, it's not a bad fish, is it? Let's get that returned. Water's really high now. Well, I look after my fish as best I can. They that got unhooked with a Gemini scourger. If I had to give it 2 or 3 little shakes and it come off, so it was fine. In the bucket, swimming about, kicking about, chucked it back. So let's go check. All fish are gone. So the other ones went plopping like that. That one hit its side, went like that, and it's righted itself and gone. So yeah, all fish. How many's that now? It's 4, isn't it? Don't want too many more of them, do we? I ain't fussed, tell you that now. So at least if I'm catching, it's more interesting, isn't it? But it'd be nice to get a codling, wouldn't it? So that's what I'm hoping for. Nice little codling. Ain't bothered about what size, just to catch another one, because I think it's been 2 videos now since I've last had one. Got a good chance of catching one here. I don't see why they shouldn't be here. It's night time, nearly a full moon. The moon's gone now because it's so foggy. There's a car now going as well, so he's probably had enough. It is coming up to high tide. Some people only fish here till high, and then that's it. So but yeah, 4 whiting, and they're all good size apart from one. Don't know where he was fishing. I don't think he was in the bays. I think there was a car in there and a van, but I can't see no lights down there at all. The lights are gone, so I don't know if he's gone, because you can go out the other end. Perhaps that's what they've done. They've gone the other way, and oh, bite here as we talk, look. The far rod just moved. The time is sit rep 3:57. So that's possibly what all that wave noise has just been. Have a bit of wave noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but water comes rushing in, obviously, and then when it comes out, you get loads of waves crashing down here, and you can still hear it now. I can't see any boats because it's foggy. Could be a boat, couldn't it? But it is 4 o'clock. Perhaps we're now going into slack water. I'll bring you back. I'll let you watch these rod tips a little bit, actually. I've got to rest my knee. You must be able to see how foggy it is. I think it's a good job Shane in there, to be honest, because I think he'd be pooing his pants a bit. No, because I'll let you into a secret. Shane don't like the fog, and it is foggy. You can't. I can see my step ladders, and then that's it. So it is foggy, and I know for a fact Shane's eyes will be going round and round in circles right now because he'll be petrified of the fog. Dare I say, even googly-eyed about the fog. I don't know. I don't know whether that's right to say that. I don't want to give the lad a complex. Oh, near side rod has just tapped. Could be crabs, couldn't it? Got good sized baits on there. Wants to be a good fish, it takes it, doesn't it? I've got another rig ready. What I have got to do, well, I've got another big bait for a cod rig ready. What I need to do now is bait up my 2-up flapper. So I might just do that and then bring you back. shortly, and these rods are showing some action. Yeah, I don't think you can see the top of the rods. You might be able to do when Tom does edit, but yeah, it's foggy. I saw this rod tap. It's very heavy at the minute, but I could be dragging it through the mud. I can only see to the bottom of the cedar fence. Gone really light now. Oh, we got a fish. We got another whiting. Nearly got hooked up. Right, one whiting. So again, this is probably about 30 centimeters, probably 29, something like that, but let's get that back. Let's just check we got it on. Yep, one whiting, another. Right, so that's a full squid out now. I've turned one of the lights off because it's foggy. I figured that it might enable you to see better, but I don't know. I think I'll be putting them all on. But yeah, it's another whiting. I don't know what that is, whether it's 5 or what. It don't really matter, does it? It's good to keep catching. Good size fish as well. I know you can get whiting bigger, but they're a reasonable stamp of fish really, apart from the one pin whiting that I caught at the beginning. Yeah, so it's 5. It's not the codling we want. I ain't bothered about saying what we come here for. Come here for a codling. It's that time of year. So we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? So I've got out there now on the cod rig a full squid. The next bait to go on that rig, well, that's the 2 at flapper, so I'll bait that up with worm and squid again. And I've got another bait made up for the other cod rig, which is prawn and squid. So we're going on to that now. We've done with the cart. This is a full squid on its own. We'll see what happens. But after that, it'll be squid and prawn. Thought I casted it further upstream than that. They're parallel. If they stay where they are, it's not a problem. But I think they're both chucked out about the same distance, which might be a problem. So we'll see. And I'll see you in a bit. Right, let's get this reeled in, see if there's that on it. Oh, I've got something on there, or I'm hooked up, or I'm on weed. Jesus, wet. I ain't even getting it up. Christ. Is this weed on there? Oh, yoo-hoo. Pulled it out of the bag. We caught a bloody cod, I don't believe it. Gotta get it unhooked. Ho ho ho! Right, let's quickly measure that. That is 43 centimetres. One cod, 43 centimetres. Hey, get it in the bucket. Caught a codling, can't believe it. I'm a bit worried about it. It's fins on the side are moving. It was hooked down deep, but I got the hook out. The blood has stopped coming out of it. Its gills are still bright red, and its little fins on the side are moving, and its gills moved when I had it out of the thing. So fingers crossed it's going to be all right to go back. So here we go, one more look. Let's check it's recording. One codling, 43 centimetres. I'm now going to go put it back, make sure it goes back. So I'll see you in a minute. Well, I'm gutted. She won't go back. I'm going to put her in my bucket to see if she does anything. The bottom hook had gone into its... Well, the hooks are in its mouth, but where its thing opens up for its food to go in, the hook has pulled something out, which the hook was in, which I guess was its stomach or swim bladder. its gills are bright red. I've just been down there. You can hear that water now. It must have been a boat go past. I nearly got drenched. But I've had that fish just hold it by the tail in the water going backwards and forwards. It just won't go. And then I lost it because this water, and I was like, Jesus, where is it? Where is it? And I saw it and flicked it out of the water. Managed to grab it before the next wave come in and took it away. It's just not going. I'm going to leave it in the bucket. If it comes around at all, I'll put it back. But I feel really bad. You know, I keep seeing people catching codling that are too small, in my opinion. In my opinion, you know. That codling is 43 centimetres. Which is inside the legal limit. The legal limit's 35 or 36. I'm so pleased I've caught a codling. We've had a good session tonight, and like I said, if I'd sat on the sofa in front of the fire that was roaring away, I'd never have had a chance of catching a codling. I've caught a codling. I'm just gutted that I don't think it's going to go back. But there's one thing for certain, is that that'll get, if it is dead, which I think it is, most people would have it down there with its stomach cut open now, but me, it's in the bucket. Hopefully it'll come round and I can put it back. I'll get more joy from putting a fish back than taking one home. But if it's gut hooked, which has pulled something out, it's unfortunate. I expect the bait had gone down so far, and yeah, perhaps there's something about these air rigs. Perhaps these air rigs will be quite good, I don't know, but don't know if I'm going to use them. It's the first fish I've hooked like that and it's died for a long time, so we don't know if it's dead yet, but it's not looking good. We'll leave it in the bucket. It had plenty of life. It was that bottom hook, it was in too far. Yeah, I feel absolutely gutted. I don't like fish dying. I know it happens. I know they get clonked on the head with a wooden bat sometimes to take them for the tea. But the only ones I'll take them and eat are ones that are dead. And they'll not go to waste. Yeah, what do you say? Main thing is I've caught a codling, so let's not knock it. And I might get my tea out of it, I might not. If it dies, it dies. It's one of them things. But I don't like seeing it, and I don't like it when it's me that's done it. Not through anything that I've done bad. It's just unfortunate sometimes. If it goes down towards the bottom with the hook, it goes through something and kills it. Or if it gets caught in that thing that opens up and swallows it down into its belly, it'll kill it. We'll show you about that nearer the time. It's got in the bucket, can be in the bucket for 20 minutes for all I care. We've got one rod out, and let's just check this. And I should be reeling it in a minute. Get this reeled in. It's going to be hard because it's over the weed. The fish's fins are still moving, but it's not showing much life, but its fins are moving. So we'll leave it in that bucket, see if it picks up. It might just start thinking, do you know what, and then I can return it. Fish has fell off the bloody hook, hasn't it? Got to be careful. My leg hurts. That's what happens. That's what happens when tide goes out too far, which it has done. You need to move down. So going down these rocks, trying to make sure I don't slip. Right. Watch the green stuff. Here's my fish. See, it's still flicking away. Got to slow down a bit. Don't want to slip on this green stuff. It is treacherous. What have we got? Another good whiting, look. Look at that. Another whiting. Right. That should. Have I got any more on there? No, just me. It's slippery. So use my tripod. Oh, it's all slippery. Oh dear. Can you see my weight there? I don't know how good to come down from the top. Yeah. Oh. Well. Is that white and gone back? I can't see it, put it that way. Let's turn this down. Oh dear. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got to be careful down there. I could fish down there actually. Fish probably coming on again now. But if I come over the side there and fish it, it'll be alright. But I've had a good session. I don't want to knacker myself up. Brilliant. That was caught on squid and prawn. So there's the bait. On the cod rig. We'll chuck it over there. Hopefully that won't snag up. No, I'll put that on there. That's it. Perfect. Well, absolutely cracking. So I could come down there now and fish it, and I could probably fish for another hour until sunlight. We'll see. I might make a decision, make a couple of baits up. If I make a couple of baits up, I could. I can't see where I'm going because I've got no light on. So what I'll do is I'll talk to you now. What I could do is I could make a couple of baits up, go over with one rod and fish it going down, and leave that cod in that bucket because its fins are moving still. I don't want to knock it on the head if there's a chance it can go back. Might just take a lot longer for it to recover, but I'm not putting it in either and it starts floating, because once it's in I can't get it. So it's got two choices in that bucket. Hopefully it'll make the right choice and survive. But 43 centimetre codling, so that's quite good really. I've caught two codling on the beaches. I caught a codling in bay 28, and I think I've had session down here at 18. Then I went to South Wivensea, and then I've come back here to the river. So it's been two videos, like I said earlier on. I've had two videos with new codling and I've caught another one. So that's good. Let me turn this on. I'm sorry if this blinds you, but it's really steep there and I can't really, I don't want to hurt myself. Getting too old for that. leave it in, Tom, this bit, because and don't do this at home, because this is ridiculous. But fish care, you have to, but I wouldn't suggest you do it. Right, let's have a look at this cod. See, look, its little dorsal fins are going. But it's not. It's a shame, it is a shame, but I think it's holding on, but I don't think it's going to make it, because by now, all this time, it should have actually oh, I'm so hot. It should have actually started improving. It's as though it's comatose, and its gills are red. If they'd gone brown by now, that would be it. But its gills are red, and those little fins are moving, but there's not a lot else happening from it at all. So I think it's bit the bullet, really, to be honest, but we'll see. Right, am I going to carry on fishing? What's the time? 20 past 6 it is. So I could go over there for an hour, but I've got to take all the lights and everything of it. If it was daylight, I'd go over. Definitely, 100%, if it was daylight, I'd go over. If it was the start of the session and I was fresh, I'd be over there. If I turned up now, I'd be over. But I've had a good session. I've just caught another good sized white and returned it. That went back all right. I can't believe the cod ant. I've absolutely gutted. Still a chance. So what I might do, have I had a good session? I've had a good session. I could stay here another hour, clamber everything over, get totally knackered and not catch anything else. I don't think that's the case. Good chance of catching another cod now. What do I say? You ain't gonna catch one sitting at home, and there I am, and I'm not going over the side. But I'm always been the same. If I've been fishing through the night and I've had a session and it's dark, I don't ever go over the side, you see. If it's sunlight and the sun was rising now, I'd be over there, because I wouldn't have to take my lights down. It would just be the fishing rod, tripod, couple of baits, and my camera. Right, I shall be back in a bit after I've made a decision. Well, the cod is in here. I don't think it's doing very well, to be honest. Gills are moving and they're red, and its fins are up and moving. But it's not jumping around a lot, that's the thing. So I don't know what to do really. Probably most people by now, most people would have knocked it on the head, wouldn't they? And if it was Scott, it would have had bloody breadcrumbs on it by now. But I'm just giving it a bit longer in that bucket and see if it gets some life in it. If it does, I shall return it. If it doesn't, it's coming home. So yeah, I will let you know what happened in this video. So there might be something on at the end, but yeah, I don't go on about it too much because obviously look a bit of a fairy, don't you? But I just don't like, especially codling or any fish really. Things happen, don't they? It happens. You can't return every fish because some fish get hooked badly and they get hurt. But it's the problem with that is its fins are still moving, but it's not jumping around like it was before I took the hook out. Before I took the hook out and then put it in that bucket, it was nearly jumping out of the bucket. So it's gone from having all that life to sort of like, it's like I've been hit by a car and dragged along the road and I'm in a coma, I'm breathing, but there's nothing there. So that's what it's like with that fish, and that's probably what it is. And it'll breathe and then it'll just, and it'll come along with her and the eels in there and it'll just die. But yeah, that's that done. This has been fishing Bay 26 at the River Humber. Have I had a good session? Yes, I've had a good session. I've caught numerous whiting, all good size whiting as well, 30 odd centimetre whiting as well as a pin whiting. And the last, well, not the last fish, second to last fish that I pulled in was that codling, and I'm chuffed to bits. It's another codling, so that's 4 now I've caught, 4 codling, chuffed to bits. Not on the hook up though. And then you saw, I took you over the edge, I caught a whiting, and it came off the hook. I mean, if only the cod had done that. Not going to go on about it. Whiting was down the side, so I took the ewe down with me with a camera, so to show you what it's like getting down there when it's slippery and treacherous. Don't do it. So yeah, this has been fishing Bay 26 on the River Humber. I've enjoyed myself heaps, loads and loads. People in Bay 28 and 7 are gone. Bay 25 is still there. I'm in Bay 26. This has been the River Humber. The next time you see me will probably be back on this River Humber. Will I be fishing with somebody? We don't know. All depends if they turn up. So what we'll do is we'll call it for now. I will let you know what happened to the codling, and yeah, this has been it. Next time I see you, you'll probably be on this Humber. It'll be later on this week, probably Tuesday, and I'll see you soon. So yeah, Tuesday in fact, 2 days time. See you anon. You can see the river now, look. Wind's picked up, got a little bit of a breeze. Plovers are in. I've cut all my bait up small so they can eat it before the seagulls get it. And that's it, River Humber. Right, well, I filmed this once. I've gone through the lot, and you know how I rabble on. You won't believe how much I rabbled on. I never pressed the record button, did I? So this is the update on the codling. It didn't make it. So I knocked it on the head to make sure it was dead. Its fins were moving a bit. It was looking as though it could, but its backbone here kinked and it's gone right stiff at that point. So its fins weren't coming up. It did do a bit of jumping around, so I think it was probably in a coma or something through what happened with the hook down inside it. So it didn't make it. I'm ever so sorry. I don't really like losing a fish, especially a codling, but these things happen sometimes. They don't happen all the time. I never take a fish that's undersized at all. If it was dead on the hook, would I take them for the cats? Possibly, I don't know. But if you chuck it back, it's going to feed something out there, but this isn't. It's going to feed me. I shall be filleting this when I get home, and yeah, might have 2 fillets of fish with some chips, or just one and have another fillet another night. But yeah, we caught a 43cm codling. It's a shame that it didn't go back. I do not like taking fish home, but if it's gonna die, it's in size, it will come home, because I'm not gonna waste it, because I weren't brought up in that time zone of my life where you waste food. So it's gonna come home. The plovers are still eating the food that I've cut up off all my hooks and chucked on the wall and over the wall, and they're getting their breakfast. So I'm gonna go on for my breakfast. Hopefully the wife's up. She'll make me a bacon sandwich or a sausage sandwich or some porridge. I don't know. But for tea tonight will be this cod, 43cm cod. Pleased that I've caught it. It's my 4th cod. It's my 4th cod this this season. So we've had 1 in summer. We've had 3 codling in autumn. So this has been codling in Bay 26. And the session, really enjoyed it. I know I've said all this before. I did say to you I'd do an update on the codling, and the codling, well, you now know it's going on for tea. It's not going to get wasted, it's going to be enjoyed. So yeah, seagulls are moving in, as you can see. The water's gone out, and yeah, we ain't had a lot in daylight, have we? And I'm the last person there yet again. So there you go. 43cm. It's been a nice session. I've enjoyed myself. I'm not going to rattle on anymore. Next time you see me, we'll be at this river. It'll be in a couple of days' time. If there's no rain, if it's absolutely chucking down, then I shan't come. Not big tides there this coming week. Not big tides until late on in December, but still tides that have got fish in. We just need a few more codling about, and it'll be good, won't it? So that's enough from me. You've got the update. I've enjoyed today. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't, thank you for the view, and I will see you anon. just one thing I wanted to bring up, and that is, you can see how beautiful it is there for an industrial fishing site, but if we could just stop weeing in the bays, yeah, against the wall, on the floor, wherever, just stop weeing in the bays, yeah, because it does stink. When you leave, it reeks. Now this bay today is perfect. There is no wee in this bay on the 6th, Sunday the 6th of November, no wee at all. The best place to wee is over here on the grass. It don't matter if someone sees your wiener, don't matter how big it is, it's just best to wee on the grass, because that'll sort itself out on the grass, and then the bays stay nice and fresh. We don't like telephone boxes from the 70s and 80s because they do stink. So for just those few that just feel as though they've just got a wee in the corner, or this corner, which there is none today because it's been raining the last couple of days and washed all the stench away. Last time I was there, 26, 27, absolutely reeked, and some dog deposited its due in bay 25. What's all that about? Think they'd pick it up, wouldn't you? So yeah, if you don't want to do it, just keep doing it, but it does stink, and it's, you didn't know what you're walking on. Then you go walk in your van, don't you, and it stinks a van, you know, it's not good, is it? Anyhow, just my little tip. We on the verge, but do make sure you check right and left with your head torch to make sure there's no cars coming, because if a car come, you'll have to step on the grass. See you later.